tonight, what you just witnessed at WrestleMania 42, that right there is what this business is all about. Passion. Generations colliding. You saw people tear the house down for the WWE Championship. Two men with a history, legacy, and a whole lot to prove. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. Two of the biggest... just real quick before I continue. This portion of the press conference is sponsored by Wingstop. When you're recovering from 20 crossroads or an RKO out of nowhere, you're going to want a flavor. Wingstop, where the flavor gets his wings. As I was saying, Cody Rhodes proved once again why he belongs at the very top of this industry. Randy Orton reminded the world why he's one of the most dangerous competitors to step into the ring. Now, under the other side of things, Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. Ladies and gentlemen, that wasn't just a match. That was a collision of ideologies, of eras, and let's be honest, sometimes, even if they don't want to hear it, egos. And speaking of collisions, this next part of the segment is sponsored by TurboTax. Because whether you're the tribal chief or the best in the world, you're gonna file your taxes. TurboTax. File like a champion.
What is happening right now?
Alright, give me a second here. Gotta quench my thirst. And speaking of thirst, no, I'm just kidding. I got you guys. No, just busting your balls. Anyway, Roman Reigns came in with something to prove tonight. You guys know that. CM Punk came in with everything to prove. And what you got, something I think people will be talking about for a very, very long time. Now, I know there are going to be questions about what's next, about rematches, about where these stories go from here. But what tonight showed is that WWE is... Hold on, I'm being told... Yes. Okay. Apparently this next part is sponsored by DoorDash. DoorDash, because after a WrestleMania like that, nobody's cooking. Not Cody, not Randy, not Punk, not Roman. Probably not me either. I'll tell you, Steph knows I ain't cooking nothing after this. DoorDash, get it delivered. Even chaos. And can we not do this in the middle of Jesus? All right, wherever WWE goes next is forward, bigger, louder, and apparently more sponsored.
Triple H, before we go further, Chris Van Vliet here. Are these ads going to continue throughout?
Absolutely not. Until the check clears. All right. Look, I'm sorry about all the ads, people. We're going to try this again. And before we wrap things up, I want to address something that honestly is bigger than any match tonight. What you all just witnessed was one of the greatest, two of the greatest that have ever stepped into this ring. Brock Lesnar and Oba Femi, the ruler. And when it was over, Brock Lesnar did something that in this business speaks louder than any words could ever. He took his gloves off, unlaced his boots, and left them right there in the center of that ring. That's not a moment, ladies and gentlemen. That's a statement. That's a man who dominated every single era he's ever stepped into. The NCAA, the WWE, the UFC. A once-in-a-generation athlete who redefined what it means to be a competitor. And moments like that deserve to be honored properly. And you have got to be kidding me. Jesus. I'm being told that this portion of the press conference discussing the potential retirement of Brock Lesnar is sponsored by Street Fighter, the movie. Because when legends step away from the fight, you can always press start again. Oh my God. I don't even know what that means. I really don't. Look, whether that was the last time we ever see Brock again, there's only one thing. That's something Brock can only answer, whether if it's true or not. But if it is, what you saw tonight was an end of an era. Brock doesn't just leave boots in the ring, he leaves a void. And no, that void is not sponsored. Thank you, everybody. Have a good night.